Okay, Itamexkanatani, good morning. It is about 8:45 in the AM on Friday, September 21st, 2018, in the lunar cycle Awakatsiki-sum, the deer moon. And looks like it's going to be another overcast, cool day for us. In fact, on the forecast, the long-term forecast, the next time it's going to be potentially warm enough for snakes to be on the move isn't going to be till Tuesday. So I wouldn't be surprised if I don't get any more snake calls for the season, because I believe most of them will have already gone under by now. Even though we haven't had sub-zero temperatures, we've maintained these temperatures down near the freezing level for a few nights in a row now, and that's all it'll take. Not that I advise people to run their dogs in the coulees yet. I would wait until we actually get the sub-zero temperatures for that, just to be sure. But in terms of snakes running into people in the neighborhoods, I think it's probably done for the season. We'll see. And like some of you, yes, I am concerned that we haven't caught any glimpses of Mandy as yet. Not that I'm surprised we haven't, because the chances that we would are fairly slim. It doesn't mean anything about Mandy being well or not well out there in the world. But the area that I released her is a really big open grassland riparian park, and the chances of her, going right back to where I released her were always going to be few and far. And I haven't actually seen any snakes come back to that den yet for the winter, so they might just be arriving and going right under, Mandy might be in there. We don't know. Suppose I could put a scope down there, check things out, see if we got any residents. It's an idea. Perhaps. But this morning, in any case, I am on my way over to the north side to pick up Apikai, the white stripe, another skunky caught in a trap. It's going to be a teaching day for me in the afternoon at Lethbridge College, so hopefully I don't get sprayed by the skunks this morning. We'll see what happens. And yeah, what else is going to go on in this round? Who knows? It's wide open. Anything could happen. Okia Pikai. Kitaka Oto. Okia Kana Sokapi. Kibata. Check it out. Yes. Lots of little pears here. I saw this tree the other day. I took a barefoot run and I passed by and noticed this tree shedding all of its pears. So I figured before my class today I'd stop by and grab a bunch of them to bring as snacks. This class at the college today, half of them are business administration students and half of them are line cook students, so definitely expect to do a little bit with food as we go along. And we'll start off right with some locally grown pears. Yeah, getting some man stuff done upstairs here. It's evening time, and I'm working on reflooring the landing. This is my experiment zone, and if this works well, this is the same stuff that's going to go into the crow's room and the bedrooms up here. Leaping ahead now to Sunday morning, pre-dawn, September 23rd. What happened to Saturday? Other than the little walk that I took to film that Treaty 7 video, I spent most of my Saturday, most of yesterday, immersed in my tireless work on the upstairs floors. I've moved into the master bedroom now, so I'll have to show a little bit later today, after I do some more work, what the progress has been, but it's getting there. Sunday mornings, however, I have a ritual, right? I always go for my walkabout around the pond, and typically with at least one, if not more, students. So that is where I'm headed this morning. I'm supposed to be there in about 20 minutes. However, I also have a skunk call, and this is out in an area of town called Hardyville, which is a little bit to the fringes. So hopefully I'm back at the pond in 20 minutes. We'll see though. Geromatsun. Geromatsun. Back at home now after my walk. Still morning time. Just about 10 o'clock or so. And Monster is looking to hydrate a bit. Going to sit in his water bowl, so add some water. And put some more water into his soil base here too. Keep things humid for him. Yeah, I kind of am suspecting now that Monster's going to end up being with me through the winter, because I don't think we're going to have another, like we're going to have one day this week, Tuesday, that gets up to about 15, 16 degrees. That would be a good day, you know, for animals, last animals that needed to get to brumation chambers to get there. But just dropping Monster off in a place and expecting him to find his way where he wants to go in one day, I don't know if that's what I should do or not. But basically what I'm saying is my last chance to drop him off before winter is coming pretty quick, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Let's get some crickets in there for him. That's a lot of crickets. Should keep him busy for a couple of days. About 1:30 in the afternoon now, and I've just finished probably all that I'm going to do this weekend on the floors, so I wanted to give you guys a little update, show you how it's going here. This is the landing, and I know what you're going to say, this stuff does not match the trim of anything that we got going on here. That is okay, because we're actually going to be, you know, refitting everything. We're going to be putting tile on the walls and painting the walls and switching some trims, not of course door jambs, but definitely the baseboard stuff is going to be replaced with tile. So we'll get it looking like it all fits together. The floor looks nice, eh? This flooring's going in really well. It's going to be waterproof. It's going to not be stinky like dog. Yeah, it's looking good so far. So I'm gonna finish the bedroom here. It's the next part of the project, and then move into the crow's room next. The only reason I didn't do the crow's room first is because the carpet in the bedroom was grosser than what's going on in the crow's room. I've had vinyl, just big sheets of vinyl sitting on the crow's carpet ever since we moved in, so that one's not too messed up, but this one was dog exposed for so long. Check, I'm really really proud of my transition here. Yeah, I wasn't thinking it out straight. You got to lay this stuff, you know, starting in one corner and going in a certain direction. So here on the landing, I started in this corner and went, you know, this direction. But then coming into the room here, you know, I would have to lay them backwards, and I tried that yesterday, and it wasn't working out at all. So I had to pull all the stuff yesterday that I was trying to do yesterday out of there and redo it today, start in this corner and work that way. Otherwise, I could have probably just went through without a transition, like if I'd have started over in that corner or something and just worked like this, say. But oh well. Still think it's looking pretty good. So, and a transition here and there doesn't hurt. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon now. I'm warming up. Who knows, might even get a snake call. But right now I'm headed over to the south side of town to a condominium complex where they have caught in their own trap a skunk that they'd like me to move. So I'm gonna go take care of that one. Okay, apikai. Go. Get some. Go. Get him, Hudson. Get him, Hudson. So it has warmed up considerably now, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I shouldn't even be wearing this flannel, it's pretty warm. But I can carry extra equipment in the pockets. Any case, in the last half hour or so, I've received 2 snake calls. I didn't attend to either of them for really the same reason in both cases, which is that we are in the very final run of snakes returning to their winter hibernacula, and it's pretty dangerous for those snakes if I pick them up and move them somewhere where they don't want to go right now, you know, because I think we just have today, tomorrow and Tuesday left, and then I don't know if we're going to get another Indian summer or anything. I think this might be it. So today, tomorrow, and Tuesday, snakes that haven't reached the dens need to get there. And in the 2 cases that I had calls for, both were kind of in the parks. Didn't sound like any humans were in any danger. Didn't sound like the snakes were in any danger. Sounded like they're on the move, looking for their way back to the winter dens, and so I just shouldn't mess with them. That's how I'm going to approach those calls. Unless they're in somebody's yard or on the road, or the snake's in danger, or people are in danger, then we leave the snakes to their business. However, I'm going to go check on Mandy right now, which is kind of the second reason why I didn't attend those calls. Of course I would have if they would have been emergency calls, but I was already on the road to come see Mandy. I already had this in mind, and knowing that I just have a couple hours here of this warmth, wanted to take advantage of it if I could. So I'm gonna go have a look. I don't know if we're gonna see any snakes there at all, nonetheless Mandy, but we'll check it out. Well, once again, nobody's at Mandy's den, although it's not saying they aren't inside. I still haven't brought a scope out here to kind of take a look inside and see if anybody's hanging out. But maybe while we're out at Cottonwoods here, I'll check out one other site. Okay, I was just walking up the trail here, and who do I run into? Little Miss Snake. Little Miss Rattlesnake. Yeah, it does seem to be like the 1- and 2-year-olds who are still making their way. Hello there. You are a pretty snake. You're not Mandy though, but you're very pretty. Let me get you off the trail. Alright, so turn the microphone my way. Yeah, so definitely some snakes out. I'm just gonna go over and check one of the other den sites quick, see if there's anybody basking, but I have to be really careful moving around. I mean, you know, these 1- and 2-year-olds, they're pretty darn camouflaged. So I'm just gonna move real slow, go over there and see if anybody's home. Believe it or not, I'm looking at 2, maybe 3 rattlesnakes perfectly camouflaged in this bit of skunk brush. See if I can show you the one that's most visible to me. To the camera rather, I can see 2 very clearly and maybe a third one wrapped with the other, but see this guy here? They are part of a large den complex right here. Every hole has a snake, or 2, or 20. Well, there's definitely some snakes basking around the edges of the den this afternoon. And as you saw, that last one there was a good example of the fact that you can't necessarily rely on the rattlesnake to alert you to its presence. That snake was way asleep. You know, I was able to sneak the camera in there on a close angle on it, and I kind of waited. I was hoping maybe another snake from in the den hole that was right beside that basking area. I was waiting for another snake to come out and join it, and none ever did. So then I thought, I wonder how asleep this snake is, and I made a couple of passes with my hook, and that snake is pretty asleep. So, and then the other danger is, of course, there are young snakes, yearlings and 2-year-olds, still making their way to the dens, and those little guys, in my experience, it's the young ones who are the most kind of bitey by nature, you know. They haven't learned to be confident yet, maybe. They haven't gained their confidence, so they got to be bitey. Any case, it's a fairly dangerous time to be walking around off trail out here in the coulees, or even on trail if you're not paying attention. So those in Lethbridge, yeah, I still advise you keeping on guard if you're in the coulees for the next few days anyway. Like I say, Tuesday is going to be really warm, and Wednesday is going to start cooling, and Thursday is going to get down below freezing, I believe. So, and we'll see what comes up, you know, whether there's going to be another warm turn at all. I don't know, but for the next few days anyway, we'll be looking at some snakes, and we might get a call this evening. Maybe, maybe not.